Good morning, my sweeties. I hope you all had a refreshing break. I know I did. But now we need to get those minds of yours back into my webs, so let's begin. If you saved your syllabus from the beginning of the year, you will know that once we were back from break, we would begin with the Boolean tables. Boolean tables might seem confusing to look at for the first time, but don't worry, they are incredibly simple once you understand what's being shown. This states that any one bit can be in, that being either true or false. We represent those with the numbers 1 and 0, respectively. 1 meaning true, and 0 meaning false. Looks like we have a latecomer. Please be on time for my class next time, sweetie. And please see me in my office before you leave for the day. Now, where was I? Oh yes. Typically the letter P and Q are used to represent the variables between examined, but that is quite common practice. Any letters can be used to represent them. These tables can be organized and visualized, the word of logic gates. So if all of the starting requirements are 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, and 1, 1, the only arrangement of value that results in the AND option being true is the fourth and final arrangement of 1, 1. This is, of course, both P and Q are true. So to represent that, we write a 1 to show that it is true. Come in, sweetie. There you are. I was afraid I was going to have to track you down if you showed up any later. What's the matter? Having trouble finding my door? Just been losing track of time. I see. Is that why you were late for my class today? You'll know. Don't worry about it. I understand that this school can be quite of a maze at times, but you do have to put into account of how long it takes to get to classes. It's always better to be early than late. I'm giving you a warning this time, because you are one of my favorite students, and personally, my bugaboo. You smell like coffee, and it's intoxicating. Gomimoto, quit teasing me like that. Naughty trick. However, I must compose myself for now on school grounds. Just be sure to know, once you and I are off school grounds, you will be hanging wrapped up in my webs for quite a while. And I will give you an adult type of punishment. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. You still haven't handed in your corrected assignments. I gave you and the class chances to correct your mistakes on your assignments to get a better grade. I give you no special treatment while grading because you are my mate. However, I do encourage you to correct them so you can do better. Just like how I tell your classmates. So, do you have your corrected assignments? Good. Very good. Hand them here. I'll grade them now while I have the time. Hand them over and have a seat. Please refrain from tapping. It drives me insane, like a fly that won't go into a web. Walk around or pace yourself if you must, before I wrap you up and have you for later. What's what? It's not an award. It's a certificate of appreciation. For knitting and crochet. Well, due to my extra set of hands, I can do multiple things at once. And one of my pastimes is knitting and crochet. My webs can feel like silk sometimes, depending on my diet. However, I can use the regular plain born yarn. Anyways, last winter was rather hard on a few people, so I used my skills to make blankets, hats, scarves, mittens, all types of things for kids in need, especially ones at shelters. Thank you. I greatly enjoy it. Reasons why I'm mostly in charge of fundraisers we have here at the university, especially for ones for kids at shelters. I always push the hardest for those. Why? Because I used to be one of those kids. Some arachnids are not all the same. Some will carry their young on their backs wherever they go. Others will care for them for a number of years until they are able to fend for themselves. And others, like myself included, never knew their parents because they abandoned me. It's okay. I'm able to give something to those kids I never had sometimes. Someone to look up to. I swear I would adopt all of them if I could, but my schedule would not allow me such privileges. So, I do hope the best for each and every one of them. Humans, monsters, all kinds. And I continue to help out every chance I get. Right next to that certificate, you can see a picture of the kids. I became a professor to give back what my teachers and life have taught me, so I can help change people's lives for the better. I might not be able to do it alone. However, I can influence my class to do better. Then they pass that knowledge on, and so forth, and so forth, continuing my webs even long into their lives. Okay, so you corrected most of your mistakes, but you still missed a few. All in all, I say you turn this grade into a very high B. Keep up this progress, and I'm sure you'll have no problem with the following assignments this semester. You have been working very hard, and it shows. Even now that we are back from break, I still expect you to put in just as much effort as you did last semester. When you walked into my web, I still haven't been able to forget that adorable look on your face. I never entertained the thought of my mate being one of my students. It should take me for a bit of a loop. However, there is no changing that now. And frankly, I don't want to. I hate to admit it, but it is rather fun sneaking around with you, my little bugaboo. Quite the aphrodisiac, really. My, what a sticky web we weave. I've heard murmurs from students in the past, around corners, quoting lines from movies. Cheesy, but still adorable. All towards me and finding me attractive. I take it as a compliment. However, I never misled anyone. I can ignore them easily when they stare at me. In time, their attraction will fade, and I will be but a memory of a crush. Or once they find a significant other. It can't be helped. I, however, can't give them hope when there is none to be found. You, however, are different. You are my mate. It was clear as day when you walked into my classroom, and I saw the red webbing tied around you. I'm sure you don't need a reminder on how we have to keep this to ourselves. Even if you are my mate, and the university will lose all of their heads, and probably all at the same time if they found out. I just hope you don't regret any of this. Regret meeting me. I guess not, then. To be honest, neither do I. By now, my teacher hours are up, and anyone who needs to get a hold of me can email me. For right now, though. It's just you and me. And I have you, and you have my full attention. I have no further classes that I need to teach, so it all comes down to how much time are you willing to spend with me. Such a cute little bugaboo you are. All of it seems a bit obsessive, but appreciated nonetheless. And I admire your zeal. However, I have my rules for a reason, and we still are on school grounds. I don't leave the school grounds for another hour, mostly. Finish grading papers and having tomorrow's lesson planned out. And everything else, whatnot. However, if you wait for me, I can take you back to our special little place. I can have my way with you. Oh, and do be on time this time. I'll give you an extra reward for being early. If not, well, let's just see what happens.
Hey wildcards, did you like the audio? If so, then please hit that like button and subscribe so I can make more audios like this. If you're 18 and plus, you can join my Patreon, where you can gain access to exclusive pictures, content, behind the scenes, even the early looks. You can even find the link to my Discord through Patreon also, where you can even chat with me personally and a few of my friends who always help me out. You can even follow me on my socials to see what I'm up to. And if that still isn't enough, I am starting a second channel about ambiance and a few of my characters, so be sure to join and links are down below. Thank you for listening, and as always, here's my son Will signing off.
She's tried. To mommy, I do.